Hey guys, welcome back to this quick overview video of Qwen LM. So we all have heard about Qwen models, which are gaining a lot of traction because of them being open source and freely available. But the challenge that people face is how to run them. There are multiple ways to run them using Ollama or maybe LM Studio. But today we are going to take a look at a web hosted version, which is available on chat.qwenlm.ai. And I'll be taking you through all the features that this platform offers. So without wasting any time, let's just jump into the platform. Once you visit this URL, chat.qwenlm.ai, you have to log in. And once you log in, this is the UI that you will see. Now, the good thing about this UI is that it is based on Open Web UI. And this is good because this is open source AI interface, which has a lot of good features. And the best feature about this particular web UI is that we can compare different models side by side. And that is what we will also do in Qwen models. So if we go back to Qwen, this is where we can see all the models that we can use on this platform. So we have Qwen 2.5 Plus, QWQ72B, QWQ32B, Qwen 2.5, Qwen 2 VL Max, Qwen 2.5 Turbo. Now the good thing is that it has all the open source models, but it also contains some of the closed source Qwen models that are out there. So we can test it out as well. It has Qwen 2.5 Turbo, Qwen 2.5 72B Instruct, and Qwen 2.5 32B Instruct model. Then it also has a feature known as Artifact. Now this is similar to what we have seen in Claude platform, the way it can write code and on the right side of the UI, it can start showcasing how that particular code looks like or basically run that code. It also have web search and image generation, which is coming soon. Similar to other platforms, we can attach documents and files, and we can also attach screenshots or photos. But the thing to note here is that only some of the model support uploading images. So now let's test out these models. I'll select Qwen 2.5 Turbo because it's a closed source model and also performing really good on benchmarks. I'll ask it a simple question. And as soon as I give a query, it starts writing the answer. And you can see that inference time is also fairly good in this case. Then we have a feature of regenerating, copying, and even it has an edit feature, so we can change the output as well. Now let's take a look at very interesting feature, which is comparing model. Say I want to test out another model, which is Qwen 2.5 Plus. So I'll select that model. And the best part is I can add other models as well. So it can have a multiple benchmark of different models that we can look at. But for right now, we'll take a look at Qwen 2.5 Turbo and Qwen 2.5 Plus. I'll give it the same query. Now it will provide the output side by side and we can compare which one is performing better. And we can even see that the inference time of Qwen 2.5 Turbo is much more faster as compared to Qwen 2.5 Plus. Now let's take a look at another feature, which is artifacts. Now artifacts feature is similar to what we have seen in Claude. So the same way we can ask it to write some code in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and then on the right side it will open up a preview for us. One of the limitation of this platform right now is that it can only preview HTML, CSS and JavaScript related artifacts and not the React ones. But we can definitely ask it to write the code for us and then we can preview it on our own in our local system. But this platform will not be able to showcase that. So let's try to create a simple notepad app. So let's give it a prompt. So I've given it a prompt saying make a simple notepad app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and it's starting to write the code and the inference time is also really good. On the right side, the preview should load up once the code has been written. So we'll wait for the preview. We can see that on the right side, the preview has now appeared, and it also have additional feature like saving and clearing out whatever we have written. Because it's a chat interface, I can ask it to make changes. I've given it a prompt to change a little bit of UI and making it in a dark mode. It's writing the code again. So we can see that it has made some changes in the UI, and we have a toggle button for switching to dark mode. Let's test it out. As soon as I toggle it, we can see that dark mode has been enabled. So we can see that Qwen 2.5 Turbo is performing really good when it comes to code, and the feature of this platform of artifacts is also working really great. The best part again here is that we can compare between different models and different versions. Before comparing different models, what do we mean by comparing different version? Is this small toggle button at the bottom. I can quickly switch between different versions. So if I go back, I can take a look at the version 1, which the model gave me, and then I can go back to my version 2, and I can keep whatever I really like. One important point to note here is that we don't have an option to export the code, so we will have to manually copy the code and paste it into the respective files. Now the model compare feature in artifacts also works really good. Let's say we want to test out how different models perform when it comes to code. So what I can do is I can quickly copy this particular prompt and open up a new chat. And we select another model, let's say Qwen 2.5 Plus, and I'll select the artifact feature and I'll give it the same prompt. Now what it will do is it will start writing the code from both the models, and on the right side we can start looking at the artifact. Whichever works the great, we can keep that. So we have seen in our testing that Qwen 2.5 Plus is a little bit slow when it comes to the inference. On the other hand, Qwen 2.5 Turbo has completed. So we'll wait. So both of them have completed writing the code, and we can see that the output of Qwen 2.5 Turbo looks like this. And if I select Qwen 2.5 Plus, this is how the output looks like. So I think this is really good to compare different models and seeing it live in action. Overall, I really like this particular platform to test out different Qwen models, and with new features like web search and image generation coming in, it will be a very promising one. So that's it for this video. I hope you gain some value out of it. See you in the next one.